So just to talk about responses we received from the students and their parents and other stakeholders. Within a span of 2 days, we have received the more than 700 questions related to this particular topic. And definitely the Honorable VC sir will try to address all the issues what VTU has received. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಮ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿತಾವಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಿತಾವಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಪಾಲಕರನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ವಿತಾವಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಹಾಗೂ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾ ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಕುರಿತು ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಲೈವ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕರಿಸಿದ್ದಪ್ಪ ಸರ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಕುಲಸಚಿವರುಗಳ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಂದ ಸುಮಾರು 700 ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು 700ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಅಧಿಕ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಹಲವಾರು ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಅವುಗಳ ಕುರಿತು ಮಾನ್ಯ ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳು ಮಾತನಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ವಿತಾವಿಯ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕರಿಸಿದ್ದಪ್ಪ ಸರ್ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೇನೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕುಲಸಚಿವರು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆನಂದ್ ದೇಶಪಾಂಡೆ ಸರ್ ಇವರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಕುಲಸಚಿವರು ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಸತೀಶ್ ಅನ್ನಿಗಿರಿ ಸರ್ ಇವರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೇನೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಶೇಷ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರು, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಕಾರ್ಯಕಾರಿ ಪರಿಷತ್ ಮತ್ತು ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಮಂಡಳಿಯ ಸದಸ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯದ ಕುರಿತು ಮಾತನಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಕುಲಪತಿಯವರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಹರೀಶ್. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಐ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ one and all for this program. I am attending this session with my colleagues and also my honorable executive committee members, academic senate members, special officers, faculty from various departments of VTU, principals of all our colleges under VTU, the directors of architecture institutions, parents and students of VTU. My dear students and friends and dear parents, sufficiently we had very bad situations and also a lot of loss of time, mental agony, stress, confusions, distress. And this pandemic has caused a lot of inconvenience not only to various organizations, especially to education system. There are more than 157 crores of students who are affected by this pandemic across the globe from roughly 191 countries. It has posed a lot of challenges and also miseries and sorrows, etc. Now, the academic activities across the globe have been very badly hampered by this, and looking at the problems faced by the students, parents, and staff members, the administrators, etc. UGC, Government of Karnataka order, UGC guidelines, opinions and the direction from our authorities, and with lot of thinking based on the directives from states and central governments and various bodies like MHRD, AICTE, Council of Architecture, etc. University has taken few initiations and few decisions with respect to complete the academic activities of 2019-20 and also to plan the next year academic activities along with the calendar for 2021. I'll be mixing both Kannada and English. There are, I think, participants from outside the country also, students from other states also. Now, these decisions have been carefully thought about, and care has been taken without compromising the academic quality of the education system or education provided to our students, keeping the safety of students, parents and teachers. And when we take a decision which will definitely have impact for next 40 to 50 years, the students who are in first year will have at least a minimum academic or administrative or whatever professional career of 50 years. So there should not be any remark on the graduates who are produced by any of the education system, not only GTU, across the globe or across India. That's why keeping all these academic standards and also the problem faced by the students, and particularly with respect to the students who are in the college in final semester, 8th semester, 6th semester, 4th and 2nd semester of engineering, similarly 10th, 8th, 6th, 4th and 2nd semester of architectural programs, and postgraduate students in 4th semester were not able to attend classes because of the effect of COVID-19, series of lockdowns, etc. As a temporary measure or a ad hoc measure, we had no other way other than going into online education. Online education, as a professor or a teacher, I would not say that whatever we do in classroom is just converted into online education. It's not so. There are various other protocols and pedagogies one has to follow. That is the reason why all the universities and colleges, not only in Karnataka, across the nation, they are gearing towards a solution when we have these kind of pandemic or unfortunate incidents. So as a measure, so that our students are academically connected, students stay at home, they will not be exposed to this kind of pandemic. Online classes were started. And with the digital divide, not only in the state, in the country, the technical problems, bandwidth problems, etc., network being a problem, etc., there were a lot of problems in delivering the content of the current semesters. That means to say, the instruction which were expected to be given by the institutes or the universities for these students who are in final semester of PG and UG were now not able to be completed properly. And hence, we had so many questions, inquiries, and a lot of debate on this issue. And finally, as I said, keeping in view of the future of the graduates, safety of parents, students, and the importance of graduate degree, etc. So, UGC and governments, both at center and state, and our policy makers have come to a conclusion, and we have formulated special regulations to handle the situation. Now, for the students who are in current final semester, UG and PG, we are going to have the examinations. And these examinations are going to be pen and paper. And the exams will be conducted for the normal duration with open choices. This option is given to these students because, as I said, the instructions were not complete. We had 5 weeks of classroom instruction before lockdown, then online instructions where some of the students could not cope up with, understanding was poor, etc. Now, also to make their mindset ready after some gap. Now we have also requested colleges to conduct the preparatory classes for these students from August 1st to August 14th before we go into the examination mode. So taking all this into consideration, we have decided to have 3 hours examination pattern with open choice. And these examinations will be conducted from 24th of this month or 25th of this month. 25th of this month. August. And for August 1st to August 14th, we have instruction classes. The students should take this, take the advantage of this. Final year students should take the advantage of this, and they can be mentally set. They can go back to their institutions. They can stay in the hostels. All protocols will be followed by the individual colleges that I will talk at the end of my talk today. And all necessary safety measures will be taken. Utmost care will be given for the safety of the students during this. So based on that, we are going to have the project viva, preferably online. Since the students are in the campus, some of them may go for offline, but even in the campus, they will have good internet connectivity, and they can conduct easily by distancing themselves, by following social distancing, etc. So that will be a useful mode of making the students comfortable. And this time, the examination will be conducted at the college level. Both the examiners, internal and external, will be appointed from the same college, and principal, who is the chief superintendent of the examination, will decide the timetable and also appointment of examiners. So you need not go into BOE for its approval. So principals will be authorized to appoint the examiners and also scheduling the examiners. The project-wise work, as I said, already, as we have already indicated, there are a number of queries that fabrication is not done, model has not been studied, etc. No. If you look at the earlier circular given to all colleges, the colleges were expected to complete their internal assessment by 30th of May, 31st May. So now the project reports, directions also were given, so you can submit the project report in the form of CD, in PDF format, and that is good enough for this examination. And for some of the fabrication experiments, the experimental setup was not ready, students were outside. So it was suggested to use synthetic data, it was suggested to use some secondary data, and the visuals are whatever equipment they have fabricated, etc. They can videograph it and show it to the examiners, but they must complete the project work. They were expected to complete the project work based on the secondary data or synthetic data. No fabrication, no going to workshop, no physical handling of materials and entering lab, workshop, etc. Because it was not there. It was impossible. That's why those guidelines are given. Accordingly, the examination also will be conducted. So I think now the internal marks are ready, and registrar evaluation will issue a separate circular. Accordingly, those internal marks of the courses as well as the project work will be captured by the university for further processing. Now, these final year students who are there in final year, as I said, the terminal semester are the 8th semester or 10th semester architecture student, and first semester MTech, MBA, and 6th semester MCA students. They may have some backlogs. So those backlog examination will be conducted, and it will be in the normal mode for 3 hours as per the scheme. and the curriculum prescribed, and these examinations will be suitably scheduled as per the scheme so that they will be comfortably take the examination. After completing the 8th semester, we are going to have 7th semester onwards, and similarly for other courses in architecture, etc. Suitable timetable, suitable modification will be done in the timetable. But we hope to complete the 8th semester and corresponding final semester courses of PG by conducting the examination from 24th of August or 25th of August. Because of KPSC examination, we may have it from 25th of August. From 16th August, 17th, 16th is Sunday, 17th August to 24th August, the project Viva examinations will be conducted for the final year, both UG and PG students, correct? 25th. Now, the backlog courses examination will be conducted as per the scheme. And let us say in case students of this final year, they are unable to attend these, are unable to appear for this examination or for project Viva, they will be given an opportunity to appear for the immediate next examination conducted. Appear for all the examinations for the courses or subjects when we conduct the examination next, when normalcy is restored and when everything comes in. And this will be treated as first attempt. They will not be penalized for not taking the examination now. Because some of the students have queries that they have gone outside the country, some of them are outside the state, and they were unable to plan their journey. By now they should have planned journey. Even now it is not late. You can plan your journey and reach the corresponding center or the colleges. Hostel facility will be extended. Those who are in PG also, I am going to direct the principals to give them temporary accommodation in their respective hostels, and they must take care of their safety. And for such students, as you know, there is no institutional quarantine. The quarantine is what do you call, home quarantine, and it is for 14 days. So they can come happily, stay in the very safe places like the college hostels, as I mentioned. Okay, the student, parents should not worry about their health and hygiene. We will take care. We will take care. All the principals have promised me to take care of their health. In each college campus, we are going to have a doctor, nurses, ambulance, and then also required health issues, mask, then hand gloves, sanitization, hand wash, all protocols, what is prescribed by the health department of both state and center will be thoroughly implemented, and we will have observers taking care, and all the teachers will be working during this period. No teacher will be on leave, whether they have exam duty or not. They are expected to be in the campus, and there will be COVID cell created. There will be group of experts, senior teachers created to watch, and each student will be made to sit, a single student will be made to sit in a desk, and we will definitely maintain the social distancing. The number of students in a room depends on how many number of desks we can allot, and all those things will be taken care of. So parents should not worry about their health issues. We will take them. And let us say these students who are unable, they can appear next, and that will be treated as a first attempt. And the students who wish to improve their grades, let us say because of some problem now their grades are not okay with them. They want to improve their grades. So that chance is given. It's not CIE, it is only for SCE. So if they want to improve their grades, they can take one additional attempt next time when we conduct exam. Then let us say due to some problem they may not perform as this attempt or the grade obtained now. So they may get a lower grade. Then the benefit will be given to the student. The best of the two will be awarded. If they improve the grade from A to S or B to S, we will award them. So let us say they are grounded from B, a student drops down to C, then we'll award B1. The best of the two grades will be given. So this is one opportunity. This is one opportunity which is given to them if they want to improve their grades only for current semester courses, not for backlog. Where we had doubt about the instructions given to them, where the instructions were incomplete. That means to say, 8th semester, 2015 scheme students have 3 courses, 2010 students have 4 courses. So only for those students who are in final year and correspondingly in architecture or postgraduate courses can improve their grades. And again, we will not count that as an attempt. We will count it as first attempt. Even if they improve their grade, better grade will be awarded, considering this appearance will not be considered as an additional attempt. This is about the final semester students, UGPG students. Regarding the students who are in intermediate semester, for example, in engineering, 2nd, 4th, 6th, architecture, 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 8th, and MTech, MBA, MTech, MR students of 2nd semester. So they are assessed based on internal marks and SE marks based on, they are not promoted, they are assessed. The assessment is going to be done. They are assessed based on the CAE mark and the marks obtained in the previous semester. If there are changes in the guidelines issued by any of the authorities, we will make modification. A committee has been constituted by the university. Formula will be decided. Accordingly, all the students will be assessed, and this formula will be made known to each one of them. It will be published in all the colleges, in our website, and you can verify the formula. And if you have any grievances, you can get back to university for correction. That notification will come separately from the registrar evaluation. And these students, again, students of intermediate semester, what I said, some of them are based on Y hours. For example, in 8th semester architecture, there is one course which is assessed based on Y hours. So university is permitting them to conduct that Y hours examination online, preferably online. And these reports of examination shall be submitted in a soft copy, and SEE CIE will be as per the scheme applicable. And as I said, for the final year students also, the project work report should be submitted in soft copy. They can demonstrate the working of experiments or fabrication machines, whatever they have done, through video recordings, and that should be submitted separately. That is with respect to final semester. This, again, these students, intermediate semester students of various branches and programs of both PG and UG, are given opportunity to improve their grades in any subject or course, preferably, in the next examination conducted. This is additional attempt given to them. One attempt will be given to them. And when they attend these examinations, again in that case, the grade will be awarded as the better of the two, and the attempt will be considered as first. We will not mention. So this is applicable for the intermediate students. And students of intermediate students who have backlogs. These students have backlogs for the subject. I think they have failed or they were absent in the previous, etc. They are given carry forward. They are given carry forward, and they will be admitted to the permissible odd semester based on the previous even semester they have reached. Let us say a students was supposed to come to 5th semester got detained. He has completed up to 4th semester. He or she got detained because of more than 4 subjects or attendance, whatever it is. So now he or she will be admitted to 5th semester, carrying all the backlogs. And such students shall clear these examinations who are failed or given benefit of carryover or remained absent, etc. in the next 2 examinations, odd and even, next year, 2021, exams conducted, and gain eligibility as per the university provisions for vertical programs. And UG and PG students with backlog subjects, already, they have many backlog subjects, an opportunity is given. Though they are given carryover, they are given an opportunity to take those papers. Whether you take it or pass it or fail it does not matter for your vertical progression, for movement this time. But as teacher or vice chancellor, I advise you to take the backlog subjects which are offered during this examination system or examinations conducted in August, so that your load will be less. When you carry forward a large number of subjects, you will have extra academic load pressure on you, because you are promoted to 5th semester, you will have 5th semester courses plus more than 4 the backlog courses. That pressure will come down. So that's why university has given an opportunity to all the backlog students of UG and PG to take the examination. So you can attend the backlog examination in offline mode only and pen and paper, and the examination will be conducted as per the scheme with normal duration of 3 years. And there are some of the students who are, as I said, ineligible. They were not eligible to come to the next academic year. Those students are also given admission to the next art semester, and they can also attend backlog courses as mentioned earlier. And there are some students from OTES, one-time exit scheme, who fail to gain the eligibility, and they are also permitted to take the examination of any semester, and they shall attend the examination in offline mode only. And they are taken forward. Okay. Regarding internship, yes, these examinations of internship are normally based on the classroom Viva OC. So for that, you may conduct online only. And you can allow students to undertake online internship activities, including that can be carried out digitally or otherwise from home. You can engage them in terms of ongoing projects. You can delay their start of internship, reduce the period of internship, and club it with assignments and training, etc., so that they learn what is expected from internship, and that kind of freedom is given to the college. And similar procedures are to be followed by all autonomous colleges. They'll follow all the guidelines which I mentioned about the students, and the terminal examination in offline mode or blended mode or online mode they can conduct, but they have to conduct it for 3 hours, similar to what the university has decided. And the project work, Viva OC, etc. can be online, and they must conduct the examination for all the semesters as per the usual prescribed norms envisaged in their guidelines and directions given by VTU. And these activities will be conducted with utmost care and transparency. And I would suggest the students to go for classroom intervention for final year students. That will help you. Though you have open choices, you can score better, you can get confidence, you can be accustomed to the system because after so many days of gap, you are going back to your campus. And you can also slowly adjust and need to follow protocols. Try to be in single room with your mask on and not meeting many people or hugging them, because you are going back after some time. You meet your friends, you meet your teachers, etc. So maintain social distancing. Be cautious when you go back to your campus. All those instructions will be very well addressed, and they will be given by each one of you from your mentor and principals and directors, etc. So in short, the current semester students who are in final year will have their examinations paper and pen mode with 3 hours with open choices. The backlog course examinations will be conducted as per the norm. All the students are given an opportunity to appear for the backlog courses. And if you miss, again, by chance, if you are not able to attend those kind of things, it will not harm your vertical progression to the next semester. That's one-time carryover issue. These measures are one-time measures. So you will enter, but only thing is you will be carrying additional load. So if you use this opportunity, your academic load will come down so that you can be very comfortable in completing your graduation or post-graduation. So timetable, detailed timetable will be announced. So as I said, we are taking care. Some of the students, they were asking for gap and these kind of things. It's not possible. As per the UGC guidelines, we have to complete our examinations before the 30th of September. We have to give a result. Some of the companies are awaiting. So some of the companies, in fact, about the system and what are you doing, etc. I had an interaction with them. I have requested many companies to give an opportunity to students to onboard from October. That's what it is. And some of you have asked for various queries like, online and these kind of things. See, we have a digital divide to conduct online. If it is a single campus, a small size of students wherein they have devices, etc. Even some of the autonomous colleges, they have pen and paper examinations. But if you have a small campus where the IT infrastructure is very good, that can be handled. And also, students should think it's not easy to write an online exam without preparation, or to use the gadgets, or to have the protocols, etc. So there is a digital divide, and apprehensions are there. How other students, the percentage of students will be more missing the examination system. We have analyzed it. We have taken care of that. So you should not, think about these kind of confusions in your mind. So what is decided by the university with all the guidance from the authorities and the government, it is for the welfare of you, for the understanding of you, for the, in the interest of the university and the safety of the students. So that is the reason why. So if you miss it, unfortunately, because you are outside the country or you are not able to travel and complete home quarantine for 14 days, etc., opportunity is given. Opportunity is given. So you may think that I'm losing 1 year and these kind of things. So when you make, we have to make some compromises in life, because we have to have examinations or we have to have classrooms. From September 1st, we are starting our next academic year also. So we have to complete this process before going, and we don't want to harm some of the students. Some of the students may face difficulty in reaching, etc. So there should be some small risk taken by you and your parents to complete this academic agenda. So that is my request for all of you to complete this agenda with fair degree of accuracy and transparency. So otherwise, it leads to a lot of complications in future, and we don't want our students to be pushed. So there are other, issues related to academic issues the next semester. We are all planning. We are all thinking about how to handle. At least for a month, we are going to have online classes only. Again, we are worried about the digital divide. We have rural students facing problem with devices, connectivity, network problem, bandwidth, etc. So it's a caution given to you. But if everything goes well, I want to request the colleges also to provide suitable platforms in their campuses itself with few students who are not able to attend classes through online may be permitted to stay in their respective apartments. We complete all these examinations. So we are thinking various ways and means of connecting you, blended mode or classroom intervention, etc. The idea is not to have one academic year last to our students. So that is the reason why all these kind of calculations or permutations are being done. So about the eligibility criteria, ineligible students or backlog students, you are given an opportunity to move forward. But opportunity is also given to take the examinations of backlog courses. If you wish, you can use it. But my suggestion is, yes, you take this opportunity. You reduce your academic load for the next. About the internship I have talked about. And about SOP, clear guidance are given to the colleges. As I said, there will be a COVID cell, a team of expert professors, principals and directors working for you. They will sanitize your hostel rooms, bathrooms, classrooms, well-ventilated classrooms, well-ventilated facility will be provided to you. Social distancing will be strictly followed with thermal scanning. And there are rapid test kits also available. I am looking at the possibility of requesting the management to have some rapid testing kits in the campus also in case of emergency. And there will be separate rooms. Suppose somebody have some temperature, etc. After reaching the campus, they will be isolated from the main classroom. They will made to sit in a single room comfortably with all facilities. Students are requested to carry the water bottle of their own to the examination system. Outside the examination system, yes, those who miss their mask will be given. Hand gloves compulsorily for each session will be given. Immediately after each session, all the classrooms which are required for conducting the examination will be completely sanitized. And I request all the students who are appearing for the examination to reach the campus at least 1.5 hours before. And follow social distancing. Use compulsorily the mask and hand gloves. The belongings what you take, you must carry your own pen, your own calculator, not admission ticket compulsory. Students who are from containment zone, if you show your admission ticket, it is the valid pass for your movement. So you must have to show the police or administrators your hall ticket issued by the university. So that will be the valid pass for you for the movement. And get accustomed to the system. So that is the reason why you are requested to go at least 1.5 hours before the start of examination. Be calm, be comfortable, have courage to face this challenge. You must not lose your heart. You must have confidence in yourself and you prepare well. So almost you have more than a month for your examination to start. So very sufficient time is given to you and the process is explained to you and you know the implications and consequences of these regulations. So hence you understand them properly and follow them strictly. So you must schedule your academic activities and no compromise to the quality of examination you face or the knowledge you gain. That is more important. With respect to the marks, grade you gain, what is expected in education or professional education like this is knowledge. So you have to have sufficient knowledge, otherwise you lose your career. And a mere degree may not help you. So therefore, that is the intention with which the education institutions are working under this COVID period. And about the travel plan and quarantine I have mentioned. From Karnataka, it is a free movement. Parents and students can move from one place to another place if you are inside the Karnataka. But if you are from outside the Karnataka, from neighboring states, 14 days home quarantine is compulsory. Therefore, accordingly, you must travel. There is no institutional quarantine for the students who are from outside Karnataka. So, only home quarantine. So, in the hostels, you are allowed and you can stay and follow the rules of SOP and be there in the campus for 14 days, prepare for your examination. So, the coaching also will be arranged for you. Those who stay for 14 days, I am going to request the principals to arrange coaching for you in a different media so that you prepare for your examination, you prepare for your project writing. So you need not worry about your safety. My sincere request to the parents also. There are so many things. See, we should not be misguided by the wrong impression or the wrong information we have about this virus. So we should be careful. We have to work with new normal procedures and protocols. Then only we can face this as a challenge and go ahead with our objectives of achieving something special in our career. Otherwise, it becomes very, very difficult. And request to the parents, especially you know, because of this pandemic, some of I know some of the parents have lost their job or they may not have agricultural produce to pay their tuition fee, etc. There are some problems. Now we should have a balanced act under these circumstances. You also know the management or the principals are unable to pay salaries for the teachers because they do not have the finances with them. They have managed for 2 months or 3 months. There are a lot of lists given to university about the views of the parents. They have a written letter to somehow help the colleges, etc. So therefore, I am talking about tuition fee. The people who are capable of paying, let us say like me, who are salaried class and who are having, salary given to them, etc. No financial problem. Please pay your fees immediately, so that your teacher will not be angry. Your teacher, the family will not suffer because of this. And those who have some problem, so please talk to the manager, talk to the principal, take some installments. Comfortably, I think the management will give some installments. Stick to some schedule and try to pay the tuition fee for this. ಉಳ್ಳವರು ಯಾರ್ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಅವಕಾಶ, ದೇವರು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸುಭಿಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಥವಾ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲಿ ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತವರು ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಪೇ ದಿ ಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಸೊ ದಟ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ದಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಟೀಚರ್. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಎ number of problems for colleges to handle. And there are some requests for about, let's say, a student studying in Bangalore come to Raichur and they want some. In some specific cases, depending on the selected area, colleges, and the colleges, how many students they can handle, because we need to have social distancing, we need to have, all these protocols to be followed in the campuses. Depending on the availability, some of the requests are going to be honored by the university for change of examination sector with specific reasons and genuineness. So that we'll try to permit. But this will happen only after your registration for the examination. So when you understand the student from Raichur is in, Bangalore College is in Raichur or vice versa. Somebody from other place also you are taken. So university is going to identify some of the specific colleges depending on the infrastructure available, and some of the specific cases will be allowed for change of examination center based on genuinity and validity and also availability of space in the colleges. And there are other questions about when it will happen and what is the mode of this. I think I have cleared all your doubts, and it is going to be a tough task for you and me and parents, but we cannot wait for any more instances to happen. So where it is going to be a redundancy in the career of thousands of students. Roughly in final year we have around 61,000 students final year graduate. So we have to decide their career. So that is the reason why all these things have been started. It's not. It has taken its own time. The university, after getting the guidelines from UGC and government order, we had a lot of interaction with all the stakeholders, all the colleges, statistics, taking statistics, how many are ready for the examination, how many are ready to come for the intervention, etc., and how many are from outside the state, how many can miss, etc. So all these things. But by sincere apology to students who are from neighboring countries, from Nepal, from other places, it's a very tough time to travel. If you are able to travel, definitely your accommodation will be arranged in the respective hostels. Some of the students may be in PG, but don't go because there are some problems. The owners may not allow you to stay there, etc. So therefore, you have to be with your college hostels only. Accordingly, we will make arrangements. Accordingly, suitable room facility and stay facility temporarily, it will be offered to you. And most of the students who are in PG should necessarily try to stay in our college hostel, in campus, because campus is going to be a very safe area with all health conditions improved, hygiene maintained, etc. So you will have the health assistance also. You will be proctored also. You will be guided, mentored, and if there are any psychological problems, yes, the mentors would come to you and talk to you and make you to understand the situation, etc. So there will be definitely, after a very long time, you are associated with. Yes, somebody was thinking that I will come for the examination, I will go back to my home and something happens, and if I carry COVID, back to my parents. What is that? These are all, some of the questions which sometimes, we have to, we should not imagine more than expected. So yes, there could be a small a chance, but as I mentioned about I mentioned about the health issues taken care by the principals and the colleges. It is very remote. It could, not like that. We are isolating the students. We are scanning them carefully. We study them health issues. So that is the reason why I am requesting you to reach the campus comfortably at least 1.5 hours before, and try to be on your own, and don't please don't gossip unless you understand about the virus or those kind of things. So there are a lot of articles written, very useful tips given by the doctors. And as young friends, you all use WhatsApp so much. I think you have a lot of good messages from various doctors, various this. So we cannot run away from our responsibilities and duties, but you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful, maintaining the social distancing, using the mask compulsorily, hand washing as many times as possible, sanitizer being used continuously, and keeping your own notes, books with you, your own calculator, your own pen check, so not exchange with anybody, etc. So these are some small things, and you're all literated. You have read many things about this pandemic in newspapers, in TV channels, with your elders, with your parents and guardians, your professors, your teachers. I think in online many mentoring aspects have been covered, and a lot of things. I do agree. This is a challenging time. We cannot satisfy 100% the mask. We need to take a good decision in the interest of the students and parents. So that is the reason we have come out with this kind of decision, and this is going to help you, and it is also going to achieve something special in this difficult times when the whole nation is facing it. So therefore, your support, your confidence is very much needed, and the support of the parents, students, my teacher, my administrators, principals, etc. We all should form good team, good understanding, and work discussing, and without any confusion, without mixing any words, without any confusions in the mind. We should set our goal. Yes, this is the university has decided. These are the special regulation issued. Let us abide by this and win this situation and become a good graduate or a citizen to this country. That's what I expect from many of the parents and the students. In open choice, as I said, for the current academic students who are in final year, where the instructions are incomplete, had difficulties, we said question paper with open choice. It means earlier you had 5 units or 5 modules, and you are expected to answer 5 questions, selecting 1 question from each module. That was the earlier module. Now we are taking it. Out of 10 questions, you can answer any 5 questions. You can select 2 from first module, 2 from second module, 1 from any other module. So this has been based on the instructions which were given before pandemic, the small whatever happened during online process, and also the classroom interventions which my teachers are going to have with you from 1st to 14th batch. Based on this, yes, I think you should find a way. And you are all very excellent students. You are matured students. You have only 3 papers with 2 electives. And the other batch has got 4 papers with 2 electives. So you have selected some of the courses with your passion. So why don't you be ready for those? You have literature, you have notes with you, your teachers are with you, and within no time, I think you can pick up your weapons and get ready for this small examination. So it is a testing time for all of us. Don't lose your heart. Don't think anything. Don't have any negative thinking in your mind. Oh, this should have been better. That should have been better. We all thought about it. Many messages we have received about online examination. We have thought about it. It is for an university like this with so much of degree of this divide or the digital divide with so much of complexity in the society, like financial status or the availability of the laptop or a good smartphone or a desktop or any other device, etc. It is very, very difficult. Having so much of dynamic class of students, very, very difficult. It's not easy as one suggests. So future technology may improve, and what we are planning, we may improve upon this. It is not going to be the end for any kind of innovations to happen. Maybe we'll improve upon, we'll adopt a good technology, we'll improve our IT infrastructure in rural areas, etc. Then we'll move forward. That is the way forward. But people also talk about open book. See, this open book examination is for a group of 20 to 100 students with specialized courses. See, if you go to IITs, there are open book examinations. Do you think open book examination for all the courses? Not at all. It is only for the specialized courses with 20, 30 group of students. And it is the most difficult examination. I have faced open book examination in IIT Madras. So, don't think. Basic courses are never taught in the open book. It is a learning mechanism. So, over a period, this has come. But now we are trying to change our assessment procedures. I do agree. We need to change our assessment procedures depending on how we instruct inside the classroom. So, instruction procedure also to be redesigned. Suddenly, nobody can change into A to Z. See, you have seen, when we change from classroom teaching to the digital mode, we had lots of problems. Even teachers were not ready. They took some 15 to 20 days to use some of the platforms. Can you imagine? Do you have a scanner at home? Do you have a powerful device like a smartphone which can scan and send it? Do you have so much of time and space? See, people talk about online teaching. We are also worried about it. If you go to some of the houses, they will have 1 or 2 bedrooms and more than 2 or 3 people staying at. You do not have space. Space is another constraint to have these kind of technologies implemented. So we are slowly improving. Country is slowly improving. People mindset is also slowly changing. And teachers' mindset is also slowly changing. There are some rigid teachers, especially the final year project. Nobody should insist on fabrication and testing or conducting experiments. Clearly, the university registrar has sent to the circular. Even today, some of the teachers message me and ask about the very same question. You please guide them. I have told openly, if there are some derivations, theoretically you derive it, methodology you write it, conclusion and these kind of remarks or concluding remarks, you base it on the synthetic data. You have been doing it for over so many years. You have some knowledge base in you, a similar data. You can give a secondary data. Ask them to analyze, ask them to plot, ask them to prepare curves or whatever. Based on that, you draw some conclusion, give some new literature to them, make them read and understand and do so. So, because we have to participate in terms of learning, nothing else. Because of this pandemic, we have no scope of going into the laboratory, conducting experiments, those kind of things. It is not there. So therefore, try to understand the situation, act smartly and transparently. That is what is it. Unless you all do that, it is very, very difficult. If there are questions, we will answer. Otherwise, I can keep talking about these kind of things for a long time. Addressed? I think almost all questions we have addressed. So the 1 day gap is highly impossible. But only thing is for final years, the backlog examinations, we are pushing it down so that you will have first. And we try to see that the final year students will go in first 4 or 5 days from the campus. So that the rest backlog examination can be scheduled properly in the afternoon and evening session. Very few students are there in backlog papers. In one of the subjects, we analyzed about 9,000 students. That is the maximum strength in one subject. The students should appear across all the affiliated colleges. And the colleges especially should provide good canteen facility or the dining facility in the hostels, and you must have very hygiene situation in the canteen and the dining halls. So you are going to be the parents. Already you are parents, being a teacher, you are parents, but you will be more than father and mother when our students come back to your campus. So you must work with utmost care and utmost sincerity for next 1 month. Not always in the profession of work, but because of this pandemic, I am specially mentioning that you are always careful, but you have to be more careful now to address the problems of the students, to make them understand the situation. So they have some inertia because of the long gap. So you must make them read, understand, mentally with upbeat mind. They must come to the campus and stay with you, and they must enjoy the examination system. So please, I request the students, don't take this as an academic pressure. Please take it as a challenge and participate. You are not competing with anybody. You are not competing. There is no competition to get first rank or 10th rank or no. You are participating to improve your knowledge. You are participating to set your goal. You are participating to come out of the university as a graduate, so that you can go to your higher studies or profession or for more studies, etc. So there are empty number of opportunities. So don't worry about the future. Please worry about the present. So unless you take a strong decision, unless you are strong in your mind, unless you talk to your parents so confidently that you are going to face this situation with all protocols being followed, you will defeat. You will defeat. You see, 100-year-old granny coming out of COVID, etc. It is only an example I am giving you. It should not happen to anybody. So if you are careful, if you are follow the instructions given by your peer group, I think you will have no problem in facing the examination or facing the classroom activities from first semester. You have to be very, very careful. So please be prepared. Take this as a challenge. You have a lot of advantages. University has worked out a good student-friendly formula. This is what the government and all of us promised to you. In one of the interaction in TV or somewhere I said it is going to be a student-friendly decision. So without compromising the quality of the examination system, the university has come out with a very transparent and excellent model to all of us. So don't murmur, don't grumble, worry about the present, and try to take these words very seriously. Start preparing for your future from today. So there are a lot of opportunities coming to India. There are a lot of openings coming to India. Therefore, you must target those activities. So the best way is to defeat any of the confusions or the restrictions or rigidity you have, is to make your mind strong and work with. So I also request the principals to arrange for kashaya, some kind of things in the campus, so that our students will get a good immunity. There are a lot of directions given by Ayush department. So give those directions to your canteen and your kitchen section in the hostel to prepare at least morning and evening a good kashaya. I don't know the word used in English. So that should immune our youngsters. And please think very transparently, think fairly, and make up your mind to face this challenge. And before I conclude, anything to add? So I want to share a piece of beautiful sentence or a paragraph by Swami Vivekananda. When I asked God for strength, He gave me difficult situation to face. When I asked God for brain and brawn, He gave me puzzle in life to solve. When I asked God for happiness, He showed me some unhappy people. When I asked God for wealth, He showed me how to work hard. When I asked God for favors, He showed me opportunities to work hard. When I asked God for peace, He showed me how to help others. God gave me nothing I wanted. He gave me everything I needed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are concluding. I take this opportunity to thank Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Karishidappa sir for addressing a very important issue and inspired students community to complete their responsibility. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Also,
Thank you
I
very
would like to thank Registrar Professor A.S. Deshpande sir, Registrar Evaluation Professor Satish Annigiri sir, respected members on EC and AS, principals of all the colleges, students, their parents and stakeholders for attending this session. Also, I would like to thank technical team of VTU for providing and arranging this particular session. Thank you very much.